Felwinter is coming.
Lol. Alright guys, Felwinter's Lie. Now this thing is a beast in the right hands, definitely acquired taste. It is the legendary shotgun you can acquire from the Iron Banner. It was sold this time around. Next time, I'd say around March or so, sometime middle, late, end of March, we will be having another Iron Banner, and it will actually drop as a reward in that one. So, definitely worth looking into and watching this video in case you want to know whether or not it's worth purchasing and if it'll fit into your arsenal quite nice-like. So, let's start off with the basic things you need to know about this weapon. It stands alone as strongest in the class. It's got the highest base impact out of a shotgun in the game, as well as the highest range, meaning this thing is going to do more damage over distance, and it's going to be incredible. So it does everything a normal shotgun does, but it has a little bit of extra range to play with. Not to mention the fact that you could potentially roll this thing to get all kinds of really nice perks to roll and enhance that range for it. Not to mention you can also acquire shot package in that final ability perk area. So, let's talk about this thing. Simply put, this thing is a beast for PvP, and with the future buffs for PvE, shotguns are going to be incredible, especially seeing as how this can roll into any of the damages, being Solar, Arc, or Void. This thing may actually be one of those, I guess, shield-breaking things, taking them into Nightfall, dropping Knight's shields and stuff like that. This thing is going to be a beast in close quarters for that situation. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how well something like this with such high impact and range is going to play out. It gives you a certain comfort for that. But as for now, it stands out as being a beast in PvP. Its only real drawback is its rate of fire. And it does have quite an embarrassing rate of fire, to the point that you're not going to get a follow-up shot. You don't have the luxury of cleaning it up and getting that second shot like you would with another shotgun in the game. Just face it, it's not there. So when you do fire, you need to make it count. So, with that being said, you're going to have to teach yourself to be a little bit more riskier and try to get your shot off before the enemy can, and then be a little smarter with some of your decision making, because you're going to have to learn to weapon swap to your primary if need be. If you're finding yourself doing some damage, or you're kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to get that one-shot kill, be on the ready to switch to your primary to clean that kill up. So, just being honest with you guys, pay attention to that, teach yourself that thing, and it'll help you improve your game while using this weapon. Because like I said, a secondary shot is not going to happen. You will not have the luxury of that. It's not a heavy rate of fire weapon. It's not really worth having for full auto. So what perk should you be looking for on this weapon? In the first ability slot, I would say go with Luck in the Chamber. Return to Sender is not half bad. It's got a 25% chance to return a shell per kill. Seeing as how this thing is going to kill a lot, even though it'll be at a slow pace, this thing has got a lot going for it. So Return to Sender is not half bad, but knee pads would be another awesome choice. I've never been a fan of it. I'm anti-Rugbird, I guess. I've never been one of those guys that likes to slide around and do that kind of stuff. But that's a preference one. I can understand people enjoying that. The first slot's not the most important one in the world. Next up, I'd say ignore Field Scout and Flared Magwell. Generally, that is an enticing thing to get behind enemy lines and just start tearing things up with a heavy rate of fire weapon. This one does not give you that confidence. A 2v1 situation is very scary with this weapon because of its rate of fire. So again, avoid those entirely and stick to something that increases your range. Not stability, but strictly range. And for that, you're going to need Hammer Forged in that second tier. It is a must-have for this weapon, the one thing that needs to stand out. Now, moving on to the third area, the ability that's not the middle tree, but the final one, you're going to want something either Rangefinder or you're going to want Shot Package. Now, I say these and I say to avoid full auto because, you know, the full auto on a weapon with such a slow rate of fire base is just not worth having. The other perks are just generally not worth having. So it's a toss-up between either Rangefinder or Shot Package. Now, personally, I'm a package guy. God. Okay, either I'm gay or, you know, I deliver parcels. I don't know. I'm going to go with you know what I mean by package guy. So, it's incredible. It tightens the cone, and I'm going to show you gameplay of it right now so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so with the one I have right here is traditional. Hip fire, and then, of course, traditional aiming down sight. You can see the spread tightens a little bit. The cone is a little bit more narrow. Now, I'm going to go ahead and equip it so you can see what Shot Package does from this range. You can see the hip fire as per usual, and look how much it tightens right there. Look at that. That's amazing. That's why I find Shot Package to be one of the best things you can roll on this thing, because it'll make sure that that impact and that damage and range are going to be to your benefit. You're going to find yourself getting a little bit more confident with range. Now, what I mean by that is if you come around the corner and another guy's got a shotgun, you guys are going to trade. Shotguns do shotgun things in close quarters. We know this. What it gives you the luxury of having is to get off a shot against fusion rifles that you may not be able to acquire and kind of have the ability to do And, you know, with your traditional shotgun, it also gives you a bit of confidence knowing that if you do keep your distance and you're like charging right at another guy that's got a shotgun, you get the luxury of actually shooting before him and you'll get the kill because you have that longer range at your advantage where he'll still hurt you but not take your life as well. So it does have value for PvP. It is absolutely incredible and I have thoroughly enjoyed using it. So it is a must get, one of the best ones that you can get. But again, it does have a big disadvantage with the rate of fire. Its stability is absolutely horrible, but it doesn't matter because as long as the rate of fire is as slow as it is, it takes almost 2 seconds between shots. And to be honest, the stability could be the worst in the game. I believe I have field choke on mine, which pretty much puts the stability at nothing. And it doesn't matter because it's so much excess time to relocate your shot back to middle of the screen that it doesn't matter. So, really, you have a lot going good for yourself. Hopefully, you guys can acquire this in the next Iron Banner if you missed it this time around. Look forward to a Galleon's Demise review coming up in the next day or two. And be sure to fist a havoc the like button. A lot of work went into this, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video, guys. Enjoy.